Hey everybody,
Hey everybody,
this is Shy
and Rachel.
with Keep Him, which is also Keeping the Honey in the Moon. Just want to take a few minutes to introduce another outlet that we're going to present to you guys, which is called Outside Dinner in the Movie.
Outside Dinner in a Movie.
And so, baby, tell them what you define outside dinner in a movie.
Okay, so outside of Dinner in a Movie is basically when I think of dinner in a movie, it's normal behavior. So usually when people go on a date, it's dinner in a movie. And so we want to use this platform to express
and introduce
different ways that we've taken or that we know others have taken to just jump outside of the box when it comes to any kind of in-box thinking. And so being outside of dinner in a movie is where we would like to
explore like a lot of intimate avenues that we can take. So with your mate.
So the first topic we want to talk about is gender roles in the house. Who's supposed to do what, and who does it always land on, or is it unfair that one side may seem to have more other responsibilities? And so I'll start it off. So I don't think that it's kind of a blurred line a little bit, I guess, because I don't think that there should be gender roles. Like there were no boys in my house growing up. So I was cutting grass, I was taking out the trash, I was pumping my mother gas and all that. So I don't feel like there's gender roles, but I do appreciate when my husband does those things. I appreciate, getting my gas pumped, or, my son taking the trash out, or, but it seems to fall on that gender, because that's who always does it. Is it fair? Do you feel like it's fair? Or
so one of the things that I would say is you have traditional roles, and if you're brought up in the Western culture, you have a lot of traditional roles that men supposed to be a type of way, from protection to the provider, and then women more nurturing. So ultimately, it goes down to what you want to do with your team. But I think one thing that has to be noted in a relationship, it's never going to be 50-50. And so, but when you know that you're on the same team and you complement one another, and when things get difficult, you can come and reassess different roles. If it's too burdensome or you're feeling like you're doing too much, talk that out. Because either you're creating a space where you're making a oneness and a legacy for your family, or you're assuming what one should do and what another person should do. So communication is number one.
Communication is
and I would say also to really dial in what your team want to do. Because like unto Rachel, I wasn't raised with any siblings that were girls. It was all boys. So other than my mom being the nurturer, I didn't know how young ladies coming up on a practical level in my own house. And so what happens when you got two people coming from different backgrounds? It's just let's not make up something. Let's talk about it and see how it works for you, because it all boils down what happens in your house. And so you want to have something that is really easy to follow and great understanding. And when it's too much pressure, let's readjust it.
Okay, so if that readjustment, because sometimes we know it's not 50-50, and most of the time it's not 50-50.
Never will be.
So what happens when we say, okay, whoever does it the best, then you just do it. but then it seemed like one party is always the best. So how do you level out the fairness of who's doing what? Like, I'm tired, or you're tired, or
So you could do just like how we did when it came to our firstborn child. We did allotment of, okay, last night you looked on little mama and fed her and all that. This is your turn. So you can allot it out the way it works for you. But why I say communication is very important is not just writing something out and then you're discussing it on Mad Day. And now everybody is
Don't wait
frustrated.
till Mad Day.
You just discuss it out and allot it how it works for you. And if it doesn't work, then you change it up a little bit. It's like getting out of the box and not assuming anything, and that you'll have a clear understanding that you'll more work in a one unit than an individual unit. And when you guys talk about and people see you on the outside, they see you apart rather than together. So do I think there's traditional roles that exist? Yes, but you can make it for you and how you want it to express in your own household to reflect the legacy that you want to let other people see and your kids see.
And it's not set in stone.
Yeah.
You can adjust however often you need to adjust. It don't have to be like, well, you've always done it, so you always got to keep doing it. Mm-hmm. No, you can readjust and give that person a break. They take it on for a little while. I mean, we talking about forever here, right? Yeah. We talking about forever here. So keep passing the ball.
Yeah.
Keep passing the ball. If you feel like you're doing something too much, hey, I need you to carry this for a minute. Yeah. That's what teammates do, right? You carry sometimes, I carry sometimes, and we're a team. That's what a team does.
I agree, because you never know what seasons that you're in. And what I mean by that is there could be a season that one loses their job. There could be a season where somebody's sick. The kids need more special attention to the outside of school activities that they're involved in. Mm-hmm. So who has the time to drive them there and all that kind of stuff? And so I think it's very important that you work what works best for you, and don't assume and then talk about things only when you're frustrated, because who wants that? And so, like, me personally, for my it's like a funny because me personally, I don't like my wife or my daughter to do anything physical. So that pressure falls on myself and my son. And I remember my son's 17 now, but him growing up, he's like, why don't Sherry shovel? Or I was like, brother, when you get your own family, you can allot whatever tone you want to do, but I don't want, I deem my wife and my daughter to be precious. So I don't want them to have to do physical work when they don't have to. And that's just the tone that I want to set. And so he said, oh, Dad, I can't wait. Because if I had all girls, or I don't care, they all working. If I had all girls, they cutting the grass, they gonna experience everything that I had to experience in terms of that pressure of physical work. And so it's kind of funny, but hey, that's just the tone I wanted, for example, to project in him, that when he has a family, like, you lift your little, I call my wife my little mama. You lift her up to be a diamond, and she don't have to pump her gas when you're there. She don't have to do none of that kind of stuff, because that's just something that I feel that I want to bring to the table. Yeah. So.
Okay. So that was our first topic for Outside of Dinner the Movie. Gender roles are not set in stone. It can be transformed into whatever you want it to look like. And so we still want you guys to keep the honey in the moon. Do whatever it takes to stay in love. All right. See you later.
Have a great one.